If you're not. Hey guys, welcome to day 87. Today is June 27th. That gives you an indication of where we're at when you see this video, how far behind I was on editing. Anyway, let's see what we can do today. Yesterday, I decided to let a cutting board slip out of my hands and crash down on top of my toes. I don't know how long I can sit and cut off the blood flow to my foot. So, oh, I got two. Well, let's see what they both say. We'll pick one. My toes are throbbing a little bit, although I don't think I broke them, so that's a good thing. Okay, this one is sew or stitch on muslin fabric, and this one is use rub-ons. I think I want to go with the rub-ons because I have a boatload of rub-ons I want to use up. So let me get my stuff. What I've got out here so far is a piece of paper out of this book, which is the mixed media book we've been using by Canson, 98-pound paper, and it's pretty large paper. It's 11 by 14. So I'm going to use that. I've got some rub-ons here that I want to use up. I won't use all these, I won't be able to, but I am going to go through and pick out ones that are maybe partially used or that I've had for 20 years that I know for sure are super old, which is most of these. And we're going to use as much as we can today. And then I have some paint colors out. I have Apple Barrel Victorian Green, Melon by Americana, Peaches and Cream by Americana, Vivid Violet by Americana, and Rose Pink by Ceramcoat, and then a Pineapple by Americana. We'll use some of them. I don't know if we'll use all of them. I want to put down a little bit of a paint coat first of a couple of colors. Just with my card, I'll spread it around with my card here just to get some color down, and I better give you some color to look at. There we go. And then we'll go from there. So let's do that first. Okay, I'm going to start with the yellow and the pink and probably this green here. Just going to put some down on the mat, not the mat, the paper. This is almost empty, so I'm going to have to open it up and put it out like this. Just spread it around. I'm going to put down this green next. I'm going to dry this. Alright, I'm not going to put any more paint down. I want to put rub-ons next. And it looks like a hot mess, but you know, a lot of my stuff starts out that way. Sometimes it stays a hot mess, but sometimes it turns out okay. I took the rub-ons and I went through the stack and I pulled out any of them that had been opened and partially used. So I want to finish up these opened packages the best I can. So I'm going to open the package. And this one comes with a real pretty backing here, so we can use this for tags or for a journal or something like that. So I saved this, but I'm throwing this away. And I'm going to take this and I'm just going to plop it down. Actually, I'm going to cut this off because I don't want it all in one spot. I'll put a group of it down here and a group of it over here. I'm going to rub these down, and when I get them down, I'll be back and I'll show you what it looks like, okay? Okay, I wanted to show you guys real quick. The others that I just started off with, I couldn't get them to rub on to save my life. All I got was this, and I was about to break my hand. So I opted to not use those right now, and I switched over to another one. But what I wanted to show you guys was I'm putting down the rub-on, and I'm rubbing it on, and I'm not getting a full print because I'm not worried about getting a full print. So when I pulled up, I have this left over here, and then I might take that and I might go over to another area and I might use that. So you can use your rub-ons in a different way. You don't have to use the whole design that's on there. We may cut this paper apart, so I won't have this whole thing anyway, so it won't matter. But also what I'm doing is after I get a rub-on down, I just turn my paper and then I turn it again, and I just turn it ever so often to get different orientation because I don't want everything just facing me. Okay, so I just thought I'd tell you that real quick as I continue to rub on and make a hole in my hand where I'm pushing the stick so hard because I can't get it to rub on. It's harder to rub on paint, I think, and it's also harder to rub on rub-ons that are ancient old. And I say ancient old a lot. I don't know where that came from. I don't know why I say it, but I do. Anyway, I will continue my little madness here, and I'll come back when I'm ready to show you guys. I'm still rubbing, but I also wanted to give you another update. What I did to one of these was I took this sheet and I just cut it into sections so that I could work with them in little areas. So like I said, I'm not trying to get the whole design, so I just cut them up. So that's another option, okay? All right, here's where we're at. Of the 9 packages I pulled out that are partially used, I was able to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them. That's pretty good. And I have to say, the Bo Bunny ones, they rubbed off like butter. They were so good. So that's what the paper looks like right now. I filled up a lot of space. I pulled out a couple of stencils. This one is Americana, and it is called Oopsie Daisy. And then I have this one out by Rhonda Palazzari. I don't know. Forgive me if that woman ever hears me say her name. I'm very sorry. And it is called Cafe Latte. Okay, so what I think I want to do first is take this one here, and this may not work, but I'm going to try it anyway. Is I want to take this one and I want to stencil a lot of this over with a light color. I'm going to experiment with a little section of it off camera and see how I feel about the violet. And then if I don't like the violet, I'm going to try the melon, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what I'm doing. Okay, so let me go see if I can mess this up real good. I'll be right back. Okay, I love the violet, and I'm just going to lay it down here. I'm going to just do the whole stencil as much as will fit on here, and we'll do it like right here. So I'm going to put some paint out on my mat, get my sponge loaded. This is a makeup sponge, and I'm going to dab some on and then dab some off so it's not too goopy, because this is real thin stencil and it will seep under the lines, but you know, it probably wouldn't matter with what I'm doing. It's not going to matter, but I'm going to go ahead and just go to town on this thing. So let's pull this back and reveal a little bit. Okay, so see what it's going to look like? It's going to be really pretty. All right, I'll be back when I finish this whole page. I finished my page. It looks really pretty. You can see all the stuff through it. I love it. And then I took the opportunity to use up the rest of my ink on one of our starter cards. I say our because you should be doing it too, if you're not. So I put the rest of the paint on my starter card here. So what I want to do now is take this coffee and tea stencil, and I'm going to, I think, make some tags maybe, or maybe just cut out coffee cups and make them just cutesy. I don't know, but I think what I want to do is use this design here, and if I use any other designs, it might be this one, because this one's really cute. But what I want to do is turn my paper over, and I won't be able to even see the design or see, you know, what I'm going to get when I do this. But what I want to do is I'm going to take my stencil and line it up as close to the edge as I can get, because I want to make use of as much of this paper as possible. And I would just trace around this and cut it out, but what I would like to do is go ahead and use a color on the back, and that way it's already painted on the back. And I may use this melon. I have not cleaned my sponge, and that's okay. This is just the back. And then I'm gonna stencil my coffee cup. Then I can pull it up, and I have my shape here. And then what I want to do is cut this out. Okay, so I'm gonna stencil the whole back of my paper here with all the different designs I want to use. I'll be turning it this away and that away and this away. So here's my paper now. All the stenciling is done. So I'm going to cut these out. The dreaded fussy cutting has come. It's not too bad though. It looks like it'll be okay. Not a big deal, but it's not my thing, and y'all know that. So I will be back after this is all done. All right, here's all my papers that are left over. So these are the backs of the ones we cut out. Let's just take a look. It won't look quite the same because you don't have all the design and intricate cutouts, and I could come in and cut this little area out, and I may with my X-Acto knife, but right now I'm just going to leave the shapes as they are. So these are really cute. That's cute. And then these are my favorite because they were the easiest to cut out and I don't have to do much to them. I think what I would do is just put a little band here to make sure that you could tell that that's a top, and maybe write coffee or like put a little stamped image here or something. I don't know. But there's another one of those. This is a different one. That's cute. Put a little line right here. A little line right here. That'd be cute. And then this one's a different shape. So that needs to be cut out right there. And then we have another one of these. And this is cute. Another one of those. Another one of these. And then that one. I'm going to think about what to do with these. Do I want to go any further with these? I don't know. Today I may not. But I may cut the centers out of these little holes here. I may stencil on the front. I'm going to try one and see if I like it. We'll take this design here. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to take my stencil. Since I can't go this way, I got to turn it over and go this way. And I'm going to stencil on top and see if I like it or not. Okay, so I started off with this melon color and it just didn't show up. So then I took black and I went over it, and that's really cute. Okay guys, the time I have to do this is up, so I've got to quit, but I'll show you what I've got so far. These guys here I'm leaving as is. I don't know what I'll do with these. I may use them as a template. I may decorate them and make them teacups like they're supposed to be. I may use it as a flower pot, a hat. You just never know. So these guys are left alone. These are my favorites because I love this shape, and I think I'll do something with these at a later date. So those are left alone too. These, I did go ahead and put some black on them, like I said, because the other color wasn't showing up very well. But I did screw up this one really bad, this one here, because I used the sponge, and these holes for the little lines where the design is really, really tiny, and so I was having to squish, and that meant the paint squished, and it just wasn't wise. So I went back and got a stencil brush and used it on a couple of them. So this one here, I use a sponge, kind of messed it up. I can still use it as a template. I can still paint over it, cover it, whatever I want to do. And the other one I used the sponge on was this one, and this one's not too shabby, but you know, it's not perfect. And this one here, I used the brush, the stencil brush, and this one also, and this is just a rub-on. It's not smushed paint, it's just a rub-on in there. And this one I used the stencil brush. So this one came out much better than this one. You can see the difference. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do today. I kept a few of the scraps, and I'll probably make an index card or a tag or something. So I had fun using my rub-ons, and I will see you guys tomorrow for day number 88. All right, thanks for being here. I appreciate it. Bye-bye.